on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies.
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rate.
Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy, Who's Hendo. And we back talking sports. So, the Pacers played their best game last night. Tyrese Halliburton, 22 points, 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds, 7 assists. I really don't. The game was really good, but I want to talk about what the NBA, what the media has been saying since the beginning of the series, and they even saying it now. You know, they just think OKC is just gonna win. They still don't believe in Indiana. You still got media members out here basically writing them off. You know what I'm saying? They just can't believe that a team without a top 5 or maybe a top 10 player could win the championship. And it's very irritating, bro.
Joined now by the one and only Rachel Nichols, J-Dub, and Shay. Why in the world, as a heavy favorite, are you going to adjust?
And you the big dog.
And you the big dog. Like, when Shady stepped onto the field before he was about to route up a linebacker or anything, I'm not going to...
I agree with that just because, man, hey.
Pacers win, great Pacers win, or terrible Thunder loss. It was a back and forth game. What are we talking about, bro? This is why the media continues to get shitted on by people like me, Too Raw, Ticket, Uncut Hoops, Dreamers Pro, among others. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that Indiana, I thought it was going to be a 5-game sweep because we have football niggas talking basketball and they don't know what the fuck they talking about. One thing I will say about this, Shannon Sharp, for all we want to say about him and everything, he at least did his due diligence to, you know what I'm saying, besides the Lakers, he was a fanboy of the Lakers. But outside of the Lakers, whether he was wrong or right, he at least did his due diligence to understand and do his background on the teams at hand. The media just does not do that. They looked at OKC and just thought they were just going to ramrod Indiana, not giving Indiana no credit, not realizing that the Indiana Pacers are just an offensive version of the OKC Thunder. They're literally an offensive version of the OKC Thunder. My favorite teams are the Golden State Warriors and the Detroit Pistons. I've been a Detroit Pistons fan since I was about 5 years old. I've been a Golden State Warriors fan since 2009. I was about 16, 17, 2008. Yeah, I was about 15, 16. So those are my two favorite teams. Pacers team somewhat reminded me of the 04 Pistons minus the historic defense. Yeah, Cheyenne. They definitely play complete team ball, and they have a really deep team. Listen to this dumb shit.
Hey, it hasn't been working. Go back to what you know. Go back to what was more comfortable. Go back to when you were winning.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I would go back to that lineup, as just the regular start lineup. But some of you were saying, Rachel, I agree with you, though. Because I'm one of them guys that's guilty to say that I didn't look at the Pacers as like a legit team.
A legit finalist.
Right? Oh, okay.
Why? They made it to the finals. They made it to the ECF last year. If this was last year, I will understand. But when you make it back to the ECF or you make it to the finals, the Celtics did the same thing. They made it to the ECF, You know what I'm saying? Well, they made it to the ECF. Then they made it to the finals. Then they won the finals. Boom, boom, boom. Pacers, they made it to the ECF. Then they made it to the finals. Whether they win or lose, don't know right now. But if they lose, who says they can't make it to the finals again next year and win? I stopped doubting this Pacer team once once I seen what they did this postseason. I said they would beat the Bucks, and then I said after the first game, I switched and I said they would beat the Cavs. I said the Cavs would go home in the second round regardless. Right, Buki. And my whole thing is they didn't do their due diligence. They gave the Pacers no shot to win. They didn't break down the Pacers and compare them to OKC. And then they underestimated their defense, their team defense. If you watch the Pacers team defense, it's very good when they lock in. They underestimate having a playmaker as your best player, making your offense looks good. And I think they overrated OKC a little bit because OKC does have trouble on offense outside of SGA. SGA gonna get his, but they do have problems on offense sometimes. J-Dub might have an off game. Chet, you know what I'm saying? The bench not always scoring. I believe Indiana has the best bench in the NBA, bro. And they're deep enough to withstand SGA going for 35. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They can withstand 25 from SGA, 20 from J-Dub, and 20 from Chet because the bench didn't do a lot. Then you got Benedict Mathurin coming off giving you 27. Then you got Nembhard who can give you 15, 20. Obi Toppin is playing out of his mind. Then you got the two big dogs, Pascal, and you got Tyrese Halliburton. Not only that, Miles Turner didn't even play well. He plays well. That's another guy. Then you got Nembhard, who aided in really winning them that first game. Then you got TJ McConnell, who comes in and makes very, very, very good and plays very, very good minutes. I just named like 8 or 9 guys, bro. We have football guys talking basketball and don't know what they're talking about. Media members in general. Everybody was just, oh yeah, OKC gonna win, OKC gonna win. This is why I say do not count a team out until you see the series. I said Thunder in 6. Then after the first game, I said, this could go 7. Salute, rap guys, salute. And I stood on that. Yeah, but Chet is a little overrated, though. Chet, sometimes, even when they do give him the ball, he's not producing. But I do agree with you. But that's not the big reason why they lost. The biggest reason why they lost is turnovers. Turnovers is the main reason why OKC lost. Points off turnovers and turnovers. And their bench didn't show up. He definitely need to hit the weight room this offseason. But this is what kills me. And also I want to say this. Hit Dog Holla. Stephen A. Last time I checked, Halliburton didn't mention you. He said, what do they really know about basketball? The talking heads, the media members, what do they really know about basketball? That could be any media members. Now, Stephen A is right. Charles Barkley, Shaq, among other former players, they know about basketball. But we know who he was talking about. The motherfuckers that did not play basketball, bro. That just sit there and just run their mouth. KD don't even fuck with Stephen A. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm one of the few people that have a love-hate relationship with Stephen A. A lot of people do not like Stephen A. I'm probably in the middle. Sometimes I really agree with what he's saying. Other times I don't agree with it at all. But you look a little bit sensitive, my boy, because Tyrese Halliburton didn't say Stephen A. Smith. He didn't say Stephen A. Smith. So you saying he's sensitive, but you're responding and he didn't even mention your name. I've always been the one to say this. It ain't respected if it ain't directed. So for all you calling KD sensitive and these players sensitive, the media members just as sensitive. These new media members is just as sensitive. Whether it's Nick Wright, whether it's Chris Broussard, whether it's Stephen A., Shannon Sharp, whoever it is. You can't be a hypocrite, bro. I just think that, bro, what has happened this postseason or what is happening right now is the main reason why the media members are a joke. If it ain't a big market, they can't do it. If you don't have a top 10 player or a mega superstar, you just can't win the finals, huh? All Tyrese Halliburton has done, and I didn't see niggas do less and get called a superstar. Y'all already was calling Ant-Man the superstar. You already were. And he ain't even made the finals. He ain't even played consistently in a playoff run yet. Yeah, he has some super highs, but he also has some lows. They don't call fake 23 sensitive. I think I heard Stephen A. well recently, you know what I'm saying, say he's sensitive and say this and that. I have heard Stephen A. say that, probably nobody else. But it's just hilarious, bro. And now you see what is going on now, that the Pacers are actually closer to the OKC Thunder than a lot of y'all realize. I think a lot of people underestimated the Pacers and they overrated OKC. Now, what I do want to say is, I'm not gonna lie, there's some Warriors fans that have been getting on my fucking nerves. I'm a Warriors fan, but it's some of y'all Warriors fans that have been getting on my fucking nerves, bro. You don't like Shea, fine. I don't know what's this thing that with Warriors fans and y'all not liking Shea and everything like that. That's between y'all. Y'all don't like him. Bro, people have been foul baiting for years. People have been getting to the foul line for years. I didn't hear none of this shit 2 years ago when he was averaging 11 free throws. I didn't hear none of this shit a few years ago when Embiid was averaging what he was averaging. Or if it was going on, it wasn't as loud. Shea averaging 7-8 free throws a game. He was averaging like 8 free throws a game for the season. Embiid averaged like 11. We had other players that have averaged double-digit free throws. Jalen Brunson, I don't hear this much on Jalen Brunson. No, I'm not personally talking about nobody on this channel. I'm just saying in general. Y'all act like the nigga cannot get buckets. You will remove his 8 free throws, he still leads the league in points without free throws. Oh, I don't like the way it looks and everything like that. My guy, bro. It's plenty of possessions where he's not foul baiting and he is still getting buckets. At this point, y'all just hating. At this point, you're just hating. Because you act like he needs free throws to put up points and he doesn't. It's been shown. If I'm not mistaken, game 2, he had like 22, 23 points and had 3 free throws at half. Come on, bro. Y'all niggas is weird. I really just wanted to say that, but Indiana definitely has a shot in this series. And I already knew that they had a shot. OKC is still a young team, bro. They're still a super young team. And if I'm being real, outside of Shea, nobody is really going to be consistent every game. Shea didn't have a great game. He had The turnovers is what made him not have a great game. He has 6 turnovers. They turned him over a lot. They were double teaming him. They were putting pressure on him a lot too with one man, and he turned the ball over. His playmaking is where he really needs to get better at. And I've said that over and over. You know, well, I don't know if it's worse than the Tatum hate, bro. It might be up there, though. I don't know if it's worse, though. I don't know if it's worse. You got niggas excluding him for being a superstar. You got niggas excluding him from homegrown championships. I guess he don't have homegrown championships. He's not a superstar. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not a number one. He ain't the best player on his team. So if he's not the best player on his team, what happened to Boston? They won one game and got destroyed the next game, bro. What happens to Boston next year then? If Tatum not the best player in the world, Boston should start off great. Not as great as if he was there, but they should still make the playoffs. And they should win at least 50 games. Y'all say he's not the best player. Y'all say Tatum is not the best player, so it shouldn't affect as much, right? Because JB is the best player, right? So now let's see JB be the main playmaker, the main scorer, the main rebounder. Let's see him do that. And let's see him guard the fours like Jason Tatum is doing. Y'all talk about SGA. And then I saw somebody, Luka fans, cut it out, bro. I saw somebody post the blow-by percentages, right? Luka had like 68%, and SGA's blow-by percentage was way higher than Luka's. Luka fans, cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. We're not comparing Luka's defense to SGA's. Stop it. I saw somebody say SGA not a good defender at all. He's a liability on defense. What is wrong with y'all, bro? He's a liability on a historical defense, right? He's a liability, and he was top 10 in DPOY. Okay, bro. All right. SGA don't guard nobody one-on-one, never. Okay. Luka fans, cut it out, bro. You are not going to convince anybody outside of Luka fans and SGA haters that don't like OKC the way they play. You're not going to convince anybody that Luka is a better defender than SGA, or what Luka did is on the same level as SGA. Stop it. Luka is the worst defender in the league. Seriously. Him, Brunson, Cat, like some of the worst defenders in the league. Swear. Trae Young, like, cut it out, bro. Y'all Luka fans, bro, cut it out, bro. We all watching the same thing, bro. Luka is fucking off. We've never seen Luka lock anybody up on defense. I never even seen Luka on a successful possession and get a block. Luka ain't averaging no 1 block a game. Luka ain't averaging, bro, listen. Stop it, bro. Shea, as the closest defender, had people shooting like 45%, under 50%. Luka, no, never. He would never be able to do that. Stop it, bro. Y'all trying to damage control. Like, well, look at his percentage and everything like that. Y'all want saying this? Y'all ain't saying nothing about him. Look at Luka, because we know SGA is a good defender. We know what we watching. SGA did not play good defense last night. Cut it out, bro. Y'all Luka fans got to stop, bro. Salute my boy Autism in the building. Go subscribe to his platform, man. Exactly. Stop, bro. What are we talking about, bro? Stop. End all be all is Indiana getting disrespected by the media, and they looking goofy as hell. I don't care who wins the series. My 2 teams is out. What I do care about is Indiana getting the respect that they deserve, and SGA getting the respect that he deserves. Because y'all really weird. Okay, you don't like his game. Fine. But let's not lie. Let's not lie. Oh, SGA is a liability on defense. He's not really that good. Yes, he is, bro. 3 straight years averaging 30 plus, over 50% from the field. Bro, you don't do that if you're not elite. That's consistency. And he's been averaging 25 plus for 4 years. Stop, bro. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that join button. We don't have no members here, so we won't be putting no member channels up. But also shout out my boy DBZ for being the first paid Patreon member. Shout out to my 3 members over there. Please join Patreon. That's where all the uncensored content will be at. And I will be uploading a lot more uncensored content this week. So just stay tuned. I got about 5-6 videos I'm gonna be uploading over there in the next 2 days. So stay tuned for that. But like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all gotta hit up the Patreon if you want me to hear how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? Uncensored. Uncensored. You feel me? But like, share, subscribe, man. I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all be cool. I'm out, man. Peace.